Alright, collective. Take what resonate, leave the rest. So there is a time where you tell your story of how you overcame your challenges. Overcame. I overcame, baby. Not just by my help, but with the help of others, with the help of Source, my spirit team, my ancestors, my angels. Most important than God, I was grounded. I was rooted. I started with the Bible, though. I tell anybody. I started. That was my foundation. It still is my foundation, my truth. Um, when I started, yeah, I was afraid, but I was tired of being, when you're tired of being hurt or you're tired of being down, but you don't give up on your dream, no matter what you go through. You don't never give up. You might have things thrown in your path to distract you from your dream, but that never meant that you was giving up on your dream. I chose, even with distractions, I chose to focus on the most important. Um, and now here I am. I'm saying, God is in your hands now. Hey, with every movement, I do it with grace. Could you close that door, please? It's too much pain out there. Lock it up. Sorry. With every movement, I do it with grace. And I don't do my readings just for you not, but to touch others because I know what it felt like when I was on my journey. And even when I got over into tarot land, hey, shit, it wasn't easy because the witchcraft was real, especially when you're going through the warfare. Uh, but me to stay focused on what really matters versus what was being thrown at me. I had everything up under the sun threw at me, but I had to keep in mind, shit. Before I even made it to this confirmation, before I even made it to this, I had to understand that. Before I made it to this, I had to understand. Hold on, wait a minute. I had to understand that I've been through a hell of a lot worse when it came to the change, the times. I was in a hell of a lot worse predicaments. So this seemed like a breeze to me. It was challenging. I ain't gonna lie. It was very challenging because I wanted to learn. It was something I wanted to learn. But this came easy and I didn't come up off of it. That's what anything that I did, I stayed, I studied it, I focused, and here I am. So it comes a time where you're going to have to tell how you overcame your challenges. People want to know. Shit, I kept my eyes on God. But to see that I had more spiritual team with me, it made me feel even better. Even though I couldn't see them, they showed their presence, the energy that came around. Uh, it allowed me to see them. When it came to my growth, and my growth being repetitious, it allowed me to see them in every moment. As me being a messenger to give the messages out, the messages of good news, the message of our abilities to be able to explore into unknown territories, to understand what it means to explore, to see how magical we are. Even when it comes to the growth of our engine, to see that we have a dynamic growth of expression that allows us to balance the synergy when it comes to the universe, to see what's been spiritually given to us. 444, that allowed us to see that we're protected, to see our spiritual growth, to see that we are towers within towers. And every time I say 3 and 16, I think about John 3:16. Because I can use my cards and I can pick up on Bible scriptures, even with my cards, and I can see the manifestations that's getting ready to take place. When it comes to one's creative power, you can see there is a lot of spiritual communication when it comes to self-mastery. You can see your plans, your ideas, whatever you're visualizing at this time coming into fruition to see that every idea you put into practice is ready. Every idea that you put into practice, every idea that you visualize, from your abundance to the material to the spiritual abundance, is ready. The universe is ready to allow you to receive it. So where it was difficult, now you can see it's ease. It's love. This spiritual love, baby. This growth. You can see, even after the points of one potential, to see the conflict that they was facing, even when they families, and wondering if you're gonna have a place to go. You can see somebody wants you to be upset, try to destroy your harmony when it came to your growth. But you detaching from those energies allows you to face the adversities that came before you. And you smack the thief right in his damn face. Because they find out shit. What they thought they took, they never took. Because you was too quick with it. You was too intellectual, highly motivated. To see these was your gifts. And the opportunities that was being presented to you, you can spiritually see they trap themselves in the energy. Because they come portray you spiritually and place you in your emotions about your own attainments. You can see your ability to impart some type of message, some type of inspiring news, even when it comes to the charity. So you got charity in many forms. It's not just in one form. You don't always have to give it financially, not meaning that the finances ain't needed. Yes, the finances are needed. So you can live daily. But understand, just with a little bit you can make it. Just with a little bit. And I took the little bit that I have. I ain't have much. And I still don't got much to see my victories spiritually manifesting, even in the conflict. Maybe somebody thought they could cause me some issues when it comes to you understanding work-life balance, and every decision that you make affects your future. And you can see somebody want to put you in some type of repeat when it comes to your attainments. But you spiritually are already aligned with the universe to receive what the universe is giving to you. To see the equalization. You can see somebody want to reduce debt and cause you a loss. But if you focus on the loss, then how you going to see what's coming when it comes to what's being brought into completion? You down to earth to know. Because it's a loss of finance, that don't mean I got to stay in the mode of depression. Because it's a loss of work, that don't mean shit, I'm going to make myself. You've been in, okay, I was depressed for 17 years. 17. I was a functioning depression. Where I'll be on and I'll fall off. I'll be on and I'll fall off. I'll be on and I'll fall off. That's how I was functioning. I'll go up and I'll come back down. I'll go up and I'll come back down. But I didn't understand that I had a lot of pain that I was holding on to. Now, I didn't know how to release it. And I didn't have nobody to teach me how to release it. So God began to teach me how to release it. To see the affinity that lives within me. To understand, baby, I can balance the polarities of any life choice. When it comes to the decision around one's relationship, you can see somebody needs to do a little more introspection when it comes to a relationship, because you can see somebody's looking at if they give you some type of support or they can get some information when it comes to what type of support you get and the support you have when it comes to your finance. They want to cause it some type of corruption. But now this is your beginning of your awakening. To see that somebody wants you to be at a standstill when it comes to your unlimited potential and possibilities. Because they disappointed in the energy or the work that they did on you in the beginning. When it comes to your attainment, you can see the disorientation somebody facing because they're up under judgment. Because of a decision around a connection, a work connection, when it came to one's spiritual abilities, and you can see they still trying to hide. When it comes to you seeing some type of support, you can see somebody trying to hide your support. And you can see somebody deeply emotional because you ain't doing nothing but receiving clarity on somebody else's poor judgment. And you can spiritually see somebody want to cause you to put you in some type of negative energy to make you feel like you went in the wrong direction because you got inspiring news that's getting ready to come unto you that's going to allow you to solve a lot of key problems after all the losses that you went through. You can see God actually chose you, and you can see somebody's in regret to see that God chose you to attune with your angels, to see the balance that's spiritually being supported, balance, energy, healing, giving back to you. After all those spiritual battles somebody wants to cause you and put you in, send messages, crazy messages, telling you you ain't gonna make it, and you knew without a doubt, no matter how long it took you to get there, you was going to get there. You can see there is communication. When it comes to you trusting your intuition, there's some communication. And you can see somebody who want to take you out. Forward. 12-12. When it comes to your persistence, but your ability to focus on the facts, to see that they lied about you. And their lies are personally challenging them right now because they hid you. And they hid behind all the disadvantages that they wanted for you. 12:31, 12:32, take whatever it is. But you can see, when it comes to you coming out and how you overcome these challenges, God allowed you a narrow escape. And you can see your ancestors and your angels fighting in the background. Jugging and jiving, baby. Move, baby. You walking a clear path, you can't see it. But they standing right in front of you fighting. Everybody that doubted you. Everybody that felt like you was too kind and they can use their strength on you. And you still move through that with grace, with favor. And you accepted whatever minor little defeat that they wanted for you, you accepted that shit. But you stopped farther than that. When it came to some communication that somebody didn't want you to believe in yourself. It wasn't believing a doctrine or a book. It was believing in yourself. Or who you truly was. And what you can do. When it came to the amount of support that was given to you when it came to your spiritual growth and development. To see the true you. But you spiritually see somebody wants you not to be tapped with your higher self. Or come into a higher consciousness. Of believing in yourself or society. That was my drive. That was my go-get. To spiritually get over the hunting. Because I was hunted. From past to present, I was hunted. But when I started to learn how to let go, yeah, I could see why you're being unhappy or you're going through some type of anxiety with self. Because you can't attach yourself to everybody. And everybody can't attach themselves to you. Because of the entities that they hold within. And as I was going through consecrations, because I had to cleanse myself daily, I had to spiritually cleanse myself daily. This wasn't one day. But I had to understand too, I couldn't have nobody in my energy. I couldn't have nobody that didn't believe in me, and I couldn't have nobody that was doing everything that I wasn't doing, that was trying to pull me back down, thinking they wishes was my wishes. Nope, when you got somebody in your energy and you care truly about them, shit, you'll turn your wishes into their wishes. And they'll never be their wishes. They wish the opposite of what you really wish for them. And you can see why you're going through the setbacks, the disappointments, the misunderstandings. But then when you start to realize that and look at your infinite potential and see the points of one's beginning, to see you got more strength than you think to get over something that had a stronghold on you. Because certain doctrines have strongholds. And you have to learn how to release those strongholds. I mean, they have strongholds. Because at the beginning of my stages, I was rooted in it. I'm still rooted in it. But I had to understand that too much of it would destroy me. And I couldn't see clearly. When it came to removing the bondage, I had to remove the bondage. And releasing that stronghold off that doctrine, you got to release the stronghold off the doctrine. And can't be so narrow-minded when it comes to this path. Because in this path brings restrictions to one's thoughts. Or you're going to worry about how somebody look at you when it comes to your growth. You got a queen of swords. You got a queen of swords on one side. And you got a king of wands on the other. And you got the devil in the motherfucking middle. If all of them get at that triangle and you in the middle, that's a fucking stronghold they have placed around you. This is somebody opinionated, tyrant, patronizing, impudent, disciplinary, dogmatic, unclear objectives. And then you got the devil sitting in the upright. I'm just going to tell you. You got temptation, vice, restriction, materialistic, addiction, selfishness, pessimism, distrust, and faithlessness. And then you got a queen of swords that was part of a professional, probably elite, narrow-minded, prideful, spiteful, overbearing, snobbery, critical, and virtual, negative influence of other women. You got that surrounding you, of course you're going to be bound and stuck to the delusion that they want for you. And yes, you will be personally tested when it comes to everybody, even the closest ones you love. Yes, you're going to be tested on all those levels. But you got to understand, even with going through all those levels, it wouldn't even matter. If I would have got on this side or not, the path is still narrow. Because I wouldn't care if you was Muslim, Jehovah, Jew. We all still go through the same thing. Christian, we all go through the same thing. And you can see it tested one's belief, but the belief, the whole thing was to, with me, not to let my faith go unwavering. You couldn't take what was given to me as a child away from me and tell me that God wasn't real, because He had brought me to this path. I didn't bring myself here. I didn't stray. Because what are you saying? All the times that I struggled or I didn't have nothing and I was going to the church, that I ain't strayed in, that it was part of my tribulations. But when I decided to come up to a higher consciousness and believe in me and not let people do me wrong or talk down on me, then I strayed. I went after norms. No, I went after norms of man, but I didn't go after norms of God, because that's where my peace was with Him. My peace went with the things on the where I had seen so much pain. I had walked so much pain, so much hurt, so much abuse, that all I seen was sorrow here. And as I continued to put my mind and my eyes on God, through every challenge, every struggle, I began to see good in everything. But I had to not be naive to make people be what I want them to be. I was still learning. I'm still learning. And I'm not going to stop. When it comes to points of one's potential, to see every life decision that I make from this point forward, it don't just affect me, but it affect my loved ones. And I was determined to break through. To spiritually see my attainments, my growth, even if I had to go through some past memories to see the success that stood before me. You could spiritually see somebody on the other side thought you was blocked from having fulfillment because they had a lot of ulterior motives for you. Now you can see they in the need, trying to cause you to be unstable. So they want you to be in the need and they want you to be. And you can see somebody in the energy very disappointed because you can see it. Because of one's beliefs. It wasn't that you was disobedient. It's just how you believe. So since you believe this way, we ain't going to support you. We'll cause you a fluctuation of changes and cause you to be unbalanced when it comes to a decision or a partnership. Keep you going through temporary conflicts because we don't like you knowing. I don't get no fuck. Shit, when you're in struggle enough, you know when enough is enough. And you gonna do your best. You're gonna put your best foot forward. No matter how somebody look at you, you gonna have people look at you any kind of way. It wouldn't matter what type of work that you do, what path you take. If you're gonna focus on how you look, then shit, you might want to not do it. 2253. If you're gonna focus on how somebody or what somebody getting ready to say about what you picking up them cards, you using them as a tool at the end of the day. And this is what I always have to tell myself. My journey is my journey with God and nobody else's. But I am here to help. Because still, even I don't care what book you read or what document you read, it's a religious part and it's a spiritual part. But all of them was fighting for God's love. Everybody fighting for God's love. And he said, why y'all fight amongst each other? And y'all all love me. Because we too opinionated to see the truth. And we too scared to face our fears. Because what somebody put us in us in the beginning. And placed us up under that stronghold. And that's a battle within itself to get up out of it. Because we don't want to disappoint God. And that's understandable. Anything else? And we can spiritually gain a new perspective of what God's trying to show us for 24:14. When it comes to us infighting about the opportunities that He has for us. To spiritually see our foundation. And what we built off of at 1254. The reality of it. To see that we're abundant and we're blessed. It won't matter if we're spiritual or religious. But you got to see it. To see what's being brought into completion for you. That walks you fully into your achievement. see the truth to who you truly are and what you overcame. When it comes to the points of one potential, go back to the beginning. So you got affinity in the partnership with Source. It's great affinity. It's a mutual attraction. It's energy. It's spirit teams. It's you can when you psychic, intuitive, you can see them. You can feel them. And you can see what judgment is getting ready to take place when it comes to your growth. To see all energies being released from your work. To see your harvest. To see the opportunities that was given to you at the beginning. To form this stable and dynamic balance, this structure, this foundation. To come up out of the confusion, to spiritually see that you was protected. I can't make it up. And somebody is spiritually protected. They got the gifts. Remind you, every man's gift is solely depending on how God releases them. Every man's harvest and spiritual gifts are not the same. But you can work on them to see what's being brought into completion. You can spiritually see somebody who's waiting for some communication when it comes to your growth. You can spiritually see they're waiting to see if they really want to collaborate with you. And these are indigenous. So, you can see the removal of bondages that's getting ready to take place at 351. That walks you fully into your attainments. To see the balance of your masculine and feminine energy. To see the harmony that you actually operate. To see what's spiritually being given to you and what materials are being given to you when it comes to you imparting your knowledge and your experience or sharing with others to see your growth. Deuces.